On the one side, there is a group of people, especially older ones, who are completely resistant to even considering investing in crypto due to its high volatility. And on the other side, many people, usually younger generations, completely eliminate even the possibility to invest in stocks. Today, we're gonna compare the performance of these two asset classes in different time frames and try to pick a winner for the future if you would start investing today. Stay tuned. Hello guys, my name is Željko and welcome to Unsymmetric. Besides the best altcoins to invest in, this is probably the second most asked question that I get. Should I invest in crypto or the stock market? Usually, this means how can I get the best possible returns in the long run? If you're following markets, you probably noticed that Bitcoin volatility is decreasing over time and the price started correlating more both with the gold and with the stock market. Regarding its correlation with stocks, from what I noticed recently, it correlates more when we have dips, and usually one asset follows another, while unfortunately we recently saw an increase in the stock market while BTC price is pretty much moving in one channel for a while. When it comes to Bitcoin's correlation with gold, we could notice that during these uncertain times, when it comes to the macroeconomic situation, people started using Bitcoin more and more as a hedge against high inflation rates and collapses of fiat currencies. Usually people use gold for that in the past. Today, I took Bitcoin as the largest and most famous asset in the crypto with almost 50% dominance in crypto markets. I also added Ethereum to this comparison since it is the second largest currency by its market capitalization with around 20% dominance. And now the majority of people don't even look at Ethereum as an altcoin. Instead, many people look at it as a crypto asset with potentially best risk-reward ratio. For the stock market, I took the S&P500, which is an index of top 500 largest companies and probably what the majority of people in the stock market buy, especially the ones that don't want to think how individual stocks will perform. I also added gold to the correlation since the macroeconomic situation isn't that great and we are at the edge of the recession, and historically gold showed to be the best asset to invest in during these times. So let's compare the performance of these assets. So when you take a look into the charts, I compare different time frames, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years and 1 year, and pretty much for all of them I looked into the investing of $1,000 monthly. If you would look into investing like, let's say 5K 5 years ago, 5K 4 years ago, that would give advantage to crypto a large one, and these returns would be even much higher. If you would look into the time frames of, let's say, 10 years, 8 years or something like that, this would again give an unfair advantage to crypto over the time. So pretty much the earlier that you would invest, the better you would be. Like even if we take a look into the current moment, like the total market cap of crypto is around 1 trillion, maybe 1.1 at some moments. At the peak it was around 3 trillions. And like if we compare it to the stock market, it's like 100x larger. And that means that if we would have like an inflow of capital of 1 trillion, that would pretty much more than double the price of Bitcoin, for example, while in the stock market, the price change would be pretty much insignificant if you would compare it to the price of Bitcoin, for example. So as I said, like during the 5 years, it's pretty much $60,000 invested during that time frame, so pretty much 12K each month. And if you look into the charts, you can see that the Ethereum is outperforming everything else. The second is Bitcoin, then the S&P 500 and gold performs similarly. This is the regular chart, this is the logarithmic one. I added both of them just so you can see the correlation, and sometimes on the logarithmic chart you can see that if this gap stays the same over time, this means that the price of the asset that is above is increasing much more. If you compare 5-year chart to the other ones, the reason why Ethereum and Bitcoin perform so much better is because We had so much time to invest during this time of the low prices, and honestly, I feel that we are in the similar situation now, that we will have prolonged bear market and then something like this in the future. If you look into the 4 years, the graph is pretty much similar. There is maybe slightly lower increase in price. Also above the charts, you can see the exact value of money that you would have with the returns in the percentages as well. If you look into the 4 years time frame, the chart looks similarly. The returns are slightly lower. Why is that? It's because we had a shorter accumulation period with a pullback in price for both Bitcoin and Ethereum during last year. If we compare it to the 3 years, we can see that there are some moments where Bitcoin was outperformed both by gold and S&P 500. And again, the reason for that is that we didn't have such a long accumulation phase. We started investing immediately as the bull market started for Bitcoin. And if we look into the 2 years period, we can pretty much see that we started investing at the top of the bull market and close to that time frame. And we can see that there was a period for a while where S&P 500 or gold investment would outperform your BTC or Ethereum investment. If we look into the last year, we can see again the different scenario because we would be investing in the Bitcoin and Ethereum majority of the time here. And this increase in price is the increase that we recently experienced where the price of Bitcoin pretty much doubled. The funny thing to notice is that if we look into this time frame, we can see that all asset classes are performing pretty much similarly. It's much more similar in comparison to what happened in the past. Still, even in the 1 year time frame, Bitcoin and Ethereum outperformed S&P 500 and gold, and even though on a chart this doesn't look that big, if you compound these percentages over time, you will see much higher returns from the crypto market in a long run. Especially if you take into the consideration the thing that I mentioned, that the total market cap of crypto is much lower than the stock market. So as soon as we have clearer regulatory environment, I expect a much higher inflow of capital into the crypto markets as well. So once you look into all of this, what is the conclusion? Well, the first and obvious one, even though it's not a topic of this video, is that the earlier that you start investing, the better you will be, even if you start small. Regarding investing in stocks versus crypto, if you can accept the higher volatility with a larger drawdown price at some moments, I feel that the crypto market might be the better option. But if you are looking for a stability and slightly lower risk exposure, then the stock market might be a better solution for you. Pretty much portfolio size, risk tolerance, your goals, and the time frame in which you expect returns are the ultimate factors that will affect what's the best option for you. Diversifying across both asset classes might be the best choice in the end, since I'm always saying you should always position yourself in the markets in a way that whatever happens, you can take advantage of it. Also, whether you look to invest in different altcoins or different companies on the stock market, you should always research truthfully each of them and stay updated about the events around them, so you can refine your strategy and rebalance your portfolio over time. With patience, perseverance, and a solid strategy, you're on a great way to build a successful financial future for yourself. Tomorrow I'm going on vacation to Greece for a week or two, and as soon as I come back I'll record a video about my exact strategy and what's the path that I intend to take to get 1 million in crypto one day. If this video was helpful to you, please consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, and stay strong and healthy. Bye!